this is Winnie with Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox Root, the Marauder Expansion, which is a game published by Leader Games. So this is one of many expansions to the Root game, if you've ever played. We have a couple small little expansions that are like, we haven't even opened yet, or it's like the Landmarks pack, which is just like a small little pack of the different landmarks that are in the game, so it's just like a different little version of those. So there's a bunch of little small pieces, but then there's also bigger pieces like this that add like more to the game. A lot more, which is a ridiculous sentence, but you get the idea. Okay. All right, so let's see what's in this expansion. Oh, and if you haven't ever taken a really close look at the game, at the name of the game, I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today, but there are animals inside the name of the game. So inside each letter, there are different colored, like there's a bunny here and the birds are down here, and so there's different. There's a lot of little touches in the drawings and the artwork if you haven't ever stopped to take a look. All right, this one looks like we have some angry mice coming to town. So I'm pretty sure there's a couple extra factions that come in with this expansion. Interesting. Looks like maybe we're going to jail. There's chains and keys, and so here's the little how-to book with explanations and drawings and sort of diagrams. I kind of love that they do this. And then usually, of course, they have the law of Root, which is like the no frills, no pictures. Here's exactly how it's done. So this is just like the original game if you've ever played, and there's a lot of really in-depth detail when you look at these books, and usually they sort of say just start playing the dang game. Okay, so it looks like we have some extra tokens. So these are for the different factions. These are new. A bunch of these are new. I don't recognize any of these. Okay, like some end of game stuff. End of turn. Oh, end of turn. So there's hirelings and new factions. So I'll figure out how all those work. So, Lord of the Hundreds. Okay, so new player board here. 2 new player boards. So there's 2 new factions that get, I'll just do one at a time, so they're too big. 2 new factions that get introduced. So there's this one, the Lord of the Hundreds. And this one, the Keepers in Iron. So those are what those 2 look like. And I see that a bunch of these relate to this. So like this goes here, these go there. And these go there. So that's where those go. And then the red ones, probably some of this stuff is going to go over here with that game. Okay, or that player. So if he plays that faction, those will belong to you. So this is an asymmetrical game if you've never played it. So each faction, the original game comes with 4. Each faction plays a slightly different game. You're playing the same, there's the same rules, but you have different like abilities, is how I would say. So it's asymmetrical. So we have some dice. These are different. I'm not exactly sure how those work, but some have the little faction icons and then some have like stars. We'll have to figure out how those work. Then here's the extra additional faction stuff. So these ones look like some of the originals, but then almost like they have, oh, let me take them out of the bag. Like they have a band-aid. Like they've been wounded. So oops. They look a little like they have been wounded. So I don't know what that means. And then these have got to be this new player. So maybe maybe that's how you tell them apart. Maybe those are those ones. I'm not sure. But then these ones are definitely this Keepers in Iron. And these are like a shiny metallic silver. And I don't know if that'll show up in the camera, but they're definitely shiny. Like a real cool shiny silver. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but you'll see it in person. So trust me, it's like, I don't think I've ever seen a player token that looks like that. It's just super cool. It's like really shiny. Then, oh no, these are definitely these ones over here. Okay, whoops. So these match, some of these match the original factions, and that's what I thought these did. So these are definitely going to be this new one. This like angry mouse had a really bad day kind of thing. It's like a red roof rant day. And he's red to match that. So he looks pretty ranty. He's very like angry. He had a bad day. So there's that one. At the same time, he's super cute. Like you see him up here, he looks cute, but then down here he's like, ugh, I'm over it. So there's that. And then there's some more Okay, so then here's some of the birds from the original. I don't know what this little one is here. So these ones were in the same bag. So this is like some of the original birds, I think. And then, but then this is like something different. So maybe that's the hirelings. I'm not exactly sure how that factors in. I just know that that's supposed to be part of this expansion. So that the original factions have different specific goals that they could go after and like different little end of game type stuff, so that it mixes them, it not just introduces the two factions, but also adds something to the original characters, right? So then here's another one of those with a little bear. That's new. Not sure exactly how that works. I'm going to keep those together just in case those are a set. Those are supposed to be together maybe. Okay, so then here are some like little player aids. Ooh, there we go. I want to bend the cards. There we go. All right. So, okay, so these are completely different. Okay, so feline physicists? No, feline physicians. Bluebird nobles, rabbit scouts, and the brigand. Whatever those are. So advanced setup aid. Okay, so like a little cheat sheet for setting it up. Okay, so set up the hirelings, optional. Okay, so these must be the hirelings cards. So we'll have to figure out how those play in. But anything that adds like, you know, something to it and makes it a little bit more interesting and a little more unpredictable, I always like. Okay, and then these are going to be the faction cards. And plus probably cards for the hirelings. So here's an overview of this character and all that character's cards. Bitter, that's funny. So these are really cute. Stubborn, oh my gosh, these are adorable. Even though like they're, you know, kind of portrayed to be grouchy, they're still really cute. I like them. Okay, so there's that faction. And then here's the overview for these ones. Just interesting. So it's kind of like another bird, but it's hard to tell. It's got this crazy metal beak. Okay, so then there's those. And then here are some stuff from the original. So these are some of the cards, some of the advanced setup cards for the original characters, which is like the birds was this, the Marquis, the cat, the Woodland Alliance, and then the Vagabond, which is like the raccoon. Then Riverfolk, Lizard. So some of these are the other expansions. I don't have all of these, but so that's what some of these are, some of the advanced setup cards. So cool. Nope, but it is decorated, even though they've got a an insert inside it. It's still decorated on the inside too. So that's everything that's in the Root Marauders expansion. We have two new factions, one of which is this Keepers in the Iron, with these pieces that I don't think shows up, but they're very shiny silver paint. It's like a really cool finish on this character on the meeples. And then also another one, so two new factions to play with, plus some expansions to our original factions, the original 4, and so we have to figure out how those all play in. There's some special cards. I think that some of their abilities and some of their goals change. Also, some of these, there's like somebody got damaged. He's got bandages on him. Some cool new dice. I'm not sure exactly how those are going to be used. The cards for the new factions, as well as some other advanced setup cards, and then a bunch of tokens for the expansion, those new players. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.